I believe I am live. So shout out to everybody catching this live, and everybody's going to catch this in the archive. Um, Sorry, I was looking at the computer for something. I was looking at justbet.com to look at the odds for the Rigo fight against Seha on Sunday night because Rigo, a guy who's up there in age, and Seha, a guy with a puncher's chance. So I was hoping to catch Seha with some good odds and put some money down on that fight. However, that fight is not listed, unfortunately. No odds for that fight. But I caught a glimpse of the Pacquiao versus Thurman odds, which surprised me a little bit. And I guess it shouldn't. Youth versus a guy who's up there in age. He's had 70 something fights at this point in Pacquiao. Thurman, a guy who I've always felt is overvalued. Never been as high on him as other people have, particularly as of late. But Pacquiao is actually a slight underdog in this fight. I think the odds were Thurman minus 115 and Pacquiao minus 107. So Pacquiao a slight underdog, almost even odds, but a slight underdog in this fight. I think there's a lot of value in Pacquiao in this fight. If you're looking to make some money, actually make some money off of Pacquiao in a fight, to where it would be worth putting money down, that is, it would be a fight like this, to where they're sort of undervaluing him because of his age. So there's some value in putting some money down on him. The last time there was some value in putting money down on Pacquiao would have been the Mayweather fight if you thought he could win that fight because he was a bigger underdog in that fight. But he's been a favorite in pretty much every fight. I think every fight since then and before then for a long time. The reason I'm not high on Thurman, first of all, he just hasn't been an active fighter. For a guy who's had a lot of hype, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I'm not saying he's an average fighter. He could be a very good fighter. The thing is, we don't know because he hasn't achieved anything to where people are saying his potential is. So look at his last several fights. First of all, he just hasn't been active. Fought once in 2016, once in 2017, sat out 2018, and this will be his second fight in 2019. Didn't look good against Jose Zito Lopez, in my opinion. The Garcia and Porter fights were close, and Porter, in my opinion, edged him out. His last stoppage was against Collazo, and that was 4 years ago. So for a guy they call one time because he supposedly knocks guys out with one punch, he hasn't had a stoppage in 4 years. He's had two stoppages in the past 5.5 years? He's had two stoppages. So I think that's a testament, one, to as he stepped up the competition, his punching power hasn't come with him, one. And two, he just hasn't been active enough to keep his timing there. So he's constantly trying to knock off ring rust. Now he has one fight this year, so ring rust shouldn't be an issue. And being that this is his biggest fight, obviously he'll probably fight up in this one. The wild card here to me is because I think Pacquiao is just a better fighter than Thurman, even at this point. But the wild card is always you turn old in the ring on one night. You age on one night. So if Pacquiao comes in at 40 years old, 70 something fights on his resume, that's a lot of tread on the tires. He's going to get old one night, and this could be the night. However, I just, from seeing what I've been seeing, and Pacquiao, look, since the Mayweather fight, he fought Bradley. Good win there in that third fight. But ever since then, he's fought decent opposition. Not great opposition, but decent opposition. But it's still decent opposition for a guy who people are saying is way over the hill, past his prime, and he's still beating them fairly easy. Broner, Matisse. I thought he beat Jeff Horn. Looked like he was fading late in that fight, but I thought he clearly beat Jeff Horn in Australia. So he's still been winning fights. What sticks in my head, though, is Thurman, a guy who hasn't seen anything close to what he's going to see against Pacquiao, even a 40-year-old Pacquiao. And Pacquiao has seen pretty much everything at this point. So will the young lion, and they say the young lion, but he's been a pro for 12 years, 30 years old. So Thurman's been around the block too, but a much younger fighter as far as wear and tear goes than Pacquiao. I'm just saying if you're looking for value in a Pacquiao fight, I would look at Pacquiao being the underdog in this fight. I'd look long and hard at it because Pacquiao could definitely win this fight.